Alright, pool fans, glad you could join us for this semi-final of the Eurotour 2020 in Treviso, which you can also see at the bottom of your screen. We have two very capable ladies for you as our actors in this pool match. And they are Vania Franco from Portugal against the female pool legend, that is Jasmin Ouschan. We are playing a race to 7 alternate break, high racked 9-ball rack, meaning the 9 balls on the spot, meaning the cut break is most likely in effect. As you can see there, Jasmin just cutting the 1 ball to its right side if you're breaking from the right side, and to the left side if you're breaking from the other side. Right, so I mean, she's got a shot on this 1 ball, but that red 3 is a big hampering factor.
Done. Extension.
We have a look at this very nice arena in Treviso in the north of Italy, very near Venice. So Vania not even going to attempt to pot this ball. She's gonna push out, and all right, so she's only gonna leave her half a ball. I think she might get this back, you know. Jasmin can only send this 1 ball towards the orange 5 or brown 7. Yeah, didn't like that enough. I don't think that was such a great push out, unless, you know, she does something brilliant. Then, you know, the player that plays the correct shot is right. But yeah, not such a bad result actually, or actually a pretty good result. Of course, the pot available, but as you can see, the blue 2, next ball in the rotation, all the way on the other side of the table. I like the shirt Jasmin is wearing, long sleeve, the colors of her native Austria. Don't know if she was going for this bank or not. Either way, didn't leave a pot on. Vania Franco from Portugal. I had the pleasure of giving her some advice during a preparation for the European Championships when it was held in Faro, Portugal. When the Portuguese team was so kind to ask me to train the national team, ladies and men. And then I was also invited to be their trainer coach at that European Championships when it was held in Portugal. Good fun, a really great group of people and very capable players. No Portuguese player has really broken through on the men or women's side, winning a title or getting to Eurotour finals or so, but that can be not too far away as well. Alright, so safety played. I don't know, can she see that 1 ball? Or she has to swerve it. Jasmin's very serious focus face. Ooh, nice. Alright, so the first girl up and running is Vania. Race to 7 to make it to the grand final of that Eurotour in 2020. Very good, so good that she got 2 straight on the 3 ball. Should be okay because the 4 ball,
3 ball frozen.
she can leave the cue ball somewhere where the 3 ball is now and still have a good shot on the 4 ball. As you may be able to spot, the 5 ball is kind of in line, that if she makes the 4 ball, she gets a shot on the 5 ball. That's all pretty handy. In those cases, you'd like yourself to have minimal or no angle on the pot you're currently shooting. So I think she can roll this in and roll the cue ball forward 1 revolution and still be okay. The straighter she is on that 5 ball, the better. Although she doesn't want to get hooked behind the 8 ball, of course. Ooh. Okay, maybe I didn't see the angle she had. This a bit of trouble, because in making this 5 ball, she won't be able to hold her cue ball on this side of the table for position on the 6 ball. And you don't really want to be whacking the cue ball around, because that A, makes the jaws a lot less friendly to the orange 5, and B, the quality required becomes a lot higher. That's a pretty good result, you know. Pocket speed. Although now needs a very good correcting shot, because she's got a big angle on the 6. Cue ball's going to come straight out of that top rail towards the 8 ball if she doesn't give it any left or right spin. I think she's aiming down at this ball. Ooh. Now, pretty good, because she didn't give Jasmin the pot on the 6. So pretty good safety. Found cover behind the wall that she was imagining, being that 8 and 7 ball. Although, I think she should have gone for that 6 ball, you know. She kind of played position on it, and then decided not to shoot it. Anyway.
Time.
So
Extension.
nothing easy for Jasmin to start off this match. She can make the 6 in the bottom right. That's what she's looking at now. That might be her only option, because the safety is very unclear. If anything, she wants to try it and maybe overcut the 6 so it lands on this bottom short rail. Nice. Good pot, as long as she doesn't snooker herself. Wow, brought the cue ball back exactly where she started. And that, it's like she has exactly the same shot on the 7 ball. But here comes the jump stick. Right, pretty quick decision and preparation process there by Jasmin. Can she make this and take first blood? Wow, beauty. Ooh, cue ball stuck on the rail though, minimal angle on the 8. She would like to come to the other side of the table for an easier shot on the 9. So is she gonna spin this in with left spin and try to get the cue ball to the center line of the table, somewhere near the side pocket? Okay. Accepted that was difficult, and accepted the long shot on the 9. Well, make it, and it'll be a great start. Miss it, and, well, it'll be the exact opposite, as you may be able to imagine. Here we go. Tester here. First rack of this semi-final. Ooh, just hit too much of that jaw. I almost saw it skip in anyway. Okay, so Vania with this easy 9 ball. Alright, so Vania up to break. Trying to make the corner ball in the right corner pocket, the 3 ball that is, and the yellow 1 into the left side. There goes the yellow 1, but needs 2 more points to make it a legal break, and that will do just fine. Both the 2 and the 8 past the breaking line. Right. I would venture to guess that Vania hasn't been in the Eurotour final yet. So this would be a big achievement. A, claiming the scalp of Jasmin Ouschan in any tournament would be a good afternoon's work. But if that could also take her to the final of the Eurotour, that would be an amazing achievement. Good position. How is she gonna play position on the pink 4 that is in between her cue ball and red ball? Yeah, she's looking to see if it goes in the right side pocket, but that is a small hole from where the 4 ball is laying currently. Could draw the cue ball into the 4, but that's a very unpredictable position. That's what she did. Wow, beautiful. So you can kind of see it in the stroke and the demeanor that these ladies, or especially Vania, looking at her playing these 2-3 shots. This is not the first match of a tournament, let's say, where you're kind of feeling yourself into the game. She's had a few good run-outs and a few good wins to get to this position. So she's building on that. Ooh. So now what? I mean, judging from the previous rack, she might play safe on this. Again, making the 5 is going to make the cue ball roll straight into the 9 ball, maybe the 7. And that would stop it right there for position. Yeah, that was the only danger. Two ways of kicking this: directly off the short rail and try to get the 6 ball back down to this short rail nearest us now. Could kick it off the 2 rails in the corner that the 6 ball is now. Yeah, so I think she's going to try to stop the white somewhere there. So hit it. I think she hit it thinner than she imagined. But this is a pretty good result, actually. Because even if Jasmin makes this, cue ball is going to career into the 9 ball and is only going to travel further down table and not going to come closer to the 8. So potting test number 2 for Jasmin. Here we go. Way too thin, that hit. She won't be happy with that because she gave the 6 ball away as well. You can see the referee, that's a stopwatch he's holding, and anytime an inning finishes or a new inning starts, he puts his hand up with the stopwatch, saying that, basically implying that he's starting the stopwatch at 30 seconds. Each player on a 30-second shot clock with an extension available in each rack. Oh, that was a miscue there. Okay, so no 2-0 lead. Instead, Jasmin Ouschan looking to tie things up at 1 rack each. It's going to be Jasmin's break. In this alternate break format, you're basically trying to win your own breaking games and try to pick off one of your opponent's games where they're breaking, kind of breaking serve like in tennis. You can do that. Alright, so Jasmin attempting the cut break, trying to make the 1 ball in the side and the green 6 in the corner. That got kicked away from its path towards that pocket. And an illegal break. If you didn't already know, the 3-point rule is in effect. What is this? Only on the break. You have to collect 3 points, and any ball made is a point, and any ball that passes the area from which you're breaking is a point. Jasmin made a ball, made 1 ball past the breaking area line, and therefore collected only 2 points. That means control of the table goes to Vania, but she can give it back if she wants to. Either player can still play the push out, which I think is what Jasmin will do. this is kind of the same shot she was faced with. There's a big double kiss here, meaning both balls will travel to separate rails but might collide on the way back.
Yeah.
She should have noticed that, really. She should have. Sometimes you kind of feel it, especially if the ball is so close to a corner there. There was little time for that 2-ball or a cue ball to get out of the way. But no extreme damage done. Good safety by Vania. Very good. Jasmin can jump it, or she can kick it. Kicking off in this rail, in essence, well, in essence she's trying to hit the ball, of course, but she might make the orange 5 if she hits it in a particular way. Hello. Am I Nostradamus or what? Ooh. No reward after that skilled kick. Jasmin looking up to the heavens. Then again, you know, she hit that 2-ball exactly the way she wanted, so I don't see that or anything in pool as misfortune or fortune. It's just sign up to a game that uses a lot of rolling balls on a flat table. Stuff happens, you know, get over it, deal with it. Make sure you attempt this shot, no matter how difficult it is, with the utmost focus and positivity. Same way which she hit the kick shot previously, really. How to get away with this one? Distance. That won't be easy like that. Okay, so Vania. Chance on the 2. 4-ball. In a pretty testing spot. She could play the 4-7 no, the 4-7 combo is not realistic. So the pink 4 kind of only goes into the bottom left corner pocket. How to get position onto the 3 to get position onto that. Yeah, the least she can do is try to roll the 3-ball in bottom left. And if she misses softly, and if she misses, she might find cover behind the 4, 7, 9. Yeah, was still trying to play position, but didn't apply enough backspin to keep her cue ball a bit higher. Now, theoretically, this ball cuts. And the cue ball would then travel 3 rails. No, I think she's going for the safety here. So send the 4 towards the... Is there a gap? Ooh, is there a gap that Jasmin can make this 5? No, I don't think so. If you're enjoying this match, or even if you're not enjoying this match, we'd love your appreciation by pressing this like button. You can help us and pool globally out. You can also press the subscribe button, and then any video we post in the future, you'd be notified about it. And we've got some great stuff lined up for you in all disciplines from anywhere in the world, featuring all the best female and male players. Right, Vania could bank this, maybe with a bit of check side. So that's what she's not going for that. But now the cue ball is in between. So I think Jasmin might send the cue ball all the way to the other side of the table. Get a snooker and to get distance. And she might not get the snooker, but she was always going to leave her a tough shot. Vania kind of has to hit this ball half ball and try to send the ball to the bottom long rail from where we're looking now, and the cue ball behind the 8-9. Ooh, double kiss. Right, so Jasmin with a puttable 5, but then the cue ball is going to roll the wrong direction for position on the green 6. And she isn't able to wing the cue ball to the other side of the table and back down either. Is she? Yeah, so always hard to do as a pool player if you kind of have a shot at making the ball and kind of have to forego on that. It's kind of against any player's natural instinct. Both players laughing there because she found the gap again, but you know, it was always there, and Jasmin put the balls there, so you have to own up to it. Yeah, that was what she tried the first time. Ooh, did she leave her a little bit of this 5 ball for Jasmin to create something with? Well, even if she did, there's no direct tactical option, so that's why Jasmin running for the jump cue. Of course, remember, she's not running because she's in a hurry. Well, she is, because there's a shot clock on both players, so try to bank this and bring the cue back down. That's her first goal, and that's pretty good. So pretty important really that after a bit of a safety battle in at least 2 or 3 of these first games, who takes that 2-1 lead, and they might then, you know, open up a bigger lead all of a sudden. Whereas if you lose this rack, ooh. Yeah, I think either way, had she caught the knuckle or not caught the knuckle, she would have given Jasmin the 5 ball. But now I had to get the cue ball back to the south side of the table. Rail first, you would say. So hit the long rail first, a lot of top left spin. That's what she's going to do, but then the 7 ball becomes... Ooh, hit it too thin to make it. Well, it's a pretty good result. It'll leave Vania a jump shot, you'd think. Oh, she's kicking at this. Why is she not jumping this? Is she not an avid jump cue shooter?
Extension.
As we see Veronika Hubertova from the Czech Republic. Oh, hello. Oh, almost hit it, double hit it and made it. Interesting to know why she forewent on making the jump shot. In any case, hard to see it like this, but does that ball go into the side, or is it stuck against the knuckle? No, it shouldn't be. Still, not automatic to get position on the 6. That's a good path. Very good. Nice angle as well on the 6. Alright, so after a few what they would call messy innings, Jasmin wants to get back to run out ways. I actually saw Jasmin in a tournament in Austria, where she's of course from, when she was, I think, 8-9 years old. And to be honest, she's got the same game face now as she did then. It was already kind of a legendary pool player in Austria, but then was a mere talent. And oh my, has she proven that she is an amazing pool player, winning women's world titles, beating a lot of top men along the way in the various mixed tournaments that she's played. Just has had an incredible successful career, and is also kind of a celebrity in Austria, has even taken part in their version of Strictly Come Dancing, or Dancing with the Stars, I think it's called. And I think she even finished second, had a long run in that as well. So competition, competitive spirit runs in anything she does. Right, back to the pool game at hand. Vania Franco wants to make this a legal, successful break. Ooh, no balls down.
Illegal break.
Well, she could shoot the 1 into the 7. That 5 ball makes the pocket very big. I think I would go for this, even though it looks like a... But the safety might be even more difficult, sending the 1 ball across table. She might scratch here. That's a good shot, though. Although, Vanya's going to hit this 1 ball. In any case, you'd rather not let your opponent to the table. There is a potential 1-9 combination that you may be able to imagine. But I think she wants to hit the other side of the 1 ball, send the 1 ball to the left side of the table from where we're looking. Oh, too thin that was, and scratch. Alright, so nice chance created by Miss Ouschan. Looking to take a 3-1 lead in a race to 7. Quite important. In any game match you play, you'd like it to... Well, you'd like to win by as big a margin as possible, of course, but just also to not give the opponent kind of like a fighting chance. And if this is the opportunity you've created for yourself,
Time.
you want to make hay while the sun shines. See if there's anything mention worthy in this pattern. A good angle on this too will automatically take her across to the other side of the table. Yeah, the 4 ball goes in both corner pockets. Yeah, still some quality shots to play though. From the 6 to the 7 needs a good angle. 7 to the 8. She needs a good angle on the 8 ball to get back down here for the 9. Nice. She could land straight on this green 6. Or with an angle. Either way, she should be able to create an angle on the 7 ball to go from the left side of the table where the 7 ball is currently to the right side of the table where the 8 ball is. Although she doesn't want to be straight in on the 8, that's for sure. And she's actually got a bit of a funny angle. She kind of needs to draw the cue ball back to where it is now to get sufficient angle on the 7. So this is kind of the one line of position that she didn't want to have. You can see her draw cue ball there. Nice. Smooth stroking. Good technical sound player Jasmin is. So we kind of like the cue ball in line with the 8 ball and the 9 ball. Somewhere in between them would be an ultimate angle to make the 8 ball an easy ball to make, or fairly easy. That's too much angle, still doable, but the 8 ball more difficult than she would have liked. And needs to apply quite a bit of bottom right spin to at least come back to this side of the table for a shot on the 9. Here we go. Will this be a 3-1 lead or a 2-all ball game? Disappointment there for Jasmin. Self-inflicted, you have to say. But even with that position on the 8, she would have still expected to make that. Not the kind of movements you want to be making as a pool player, because that's negativity flowing through your body, and you need the other emotion. Anything positive will help. Anything negative can linger. Thin cut, and the cue ball is going to fly. And needs to stop for the 9 ball. Yeah, tough action. So second bite at the cherry for Miss Ouschan. Not an easy cut, but position is almost guaranteed as long as she doesn't scratch in the top right corner pocket, which is kind of where her cue ball will go. That's why she might give it half a tip of right spin to make sure it straightens up off the short rail. Nice. Good, so second time of asking, Jasmin Ouschan takes a 3-1 lead, or will do so. And a race to 7 for a place in the final. Here we go. Game number 5. So Jasmin is trying to hit the 1 ball, not full on, but just to the right from where she's breaking. Therewith, trying to make the corner ball go into the pocket, because normally it hits the rail just above it. And that was good. Made the corner ball and the 1 ball. And a shot on the 2. I mean, this is ideal. So looking ahead, the 6 needs to go into the same pocket in which she's shooting the 5 ball. So she wants 20 to 40 degree angle on the 5 ball. Either side would do. Maybe more natural is the left side angle on the 5 ball, which is she's going to try to get now. Very good. Now let's keep a bit of an angle on the 6. Drift her cue ball after making the green 6. Cue ball position in the center of the table. That might be a bit too straight. Yeah, see the disappointment. The one thing she had to avoid was getting too straight or with a very minute angle. She needs, I mean, she can go multiple directions for position on the 7, but the natural way to go was with more angle. And to draw the cue ball back, and the cue ball will not come straight back because she's got a tiny bit of an angle. So she might have to follow this through, thumping it into the corner and trying to create more angle than she currently has. Although she could also stop the cue ball right there, and that might be what she's doing. Yeah, just good enough, I think. She can make it in the corner and screw the cue ball straight back. Good correction by Jasmin after running out of her ideal pattern. Was able to correct straight away. And as you can see, no matter how easy a rack looks, sometimes, or usually, it's so difficult to run a rack out the way you imagine it from the get-go. There's always some kind of adjustment you have to do, or in my experience anyway. Tell me about yours. Jasmin for a 4-1 lead. All right, as always, my question to you would be, where are you watching this from? We'd love to know where you're watching this video from what geographic position in this beautiful world, but also what kind of situation are you in? Are you actually at work, can't get a thing done, and have landed on this YouTube video and wanted to see how things go? As you can see, Vania with an illegal break. Made the 1, but only the 5 ball passed the breaking line, so only 2 out of 3 points required collected. Yeah, we'd love to know where you're watching this from. And as I requested before, press the like button, press the subscribe button. You can also press the share button and let more people know what the Billiard Network is doing for pool globally. So Jasmin really looking to take a 5-1 lead and not let Vania back into this game. That's a very good safety. I mean, a very easy kick. And actually Jasmin might find herself in a difficult position after this, because I think she will hit the cue ball into the right side of the blue, and she might... Ooh. Okay, either way, bridging over the 7 ball. Very difficult 2 ball this. And the cue ball has to come all the way back down the table. Yeah. Alright, so referee gonna pay close attention to the all cue ball fouls we're playing here. Wow, beautiful pot, beautiful cue ball route. Shot of the match so far, quality wise. Beauty. And a nice angle to naturally go for position on the pink 4. And then the quality required in this rack is going to be from the 5 to the 6, which are on opposite sides of the table. So position on the 5 ball will need about a 20 to 40 degree angle, preferably on the right side of straight on that orange 5. But Jasmin definitely showing more quality, controlling the table. I mean, Vania hasn't potted the ball in a while now, has she? Perfect angle on the 5. He's going to cross the table and hit both long rails and then bump out of the second long rail for a lovely position on the 6 ball. Would like an angle on the 6. Can deal with no angle as well. Yeah. Jasmin turning up the heat. Has been in this position many times before. I mean, she's been a top European player for about 20 years now. In these Eurotours, she's really used to playing in the semifinals, and Miss Franco wouldn't be. So let's see if we can see a fight back by Vania, or if Jasmin is going to turn the screws. It's going to be Jasmin breaking, isn't it? I think so. Yeah. So Jasmin with her beautiful technique. I do like her style. You know, it's got a powerful stroke. Doesn't just roll the balls, but strokes the balls nicely. Nice and stable stance. And is really able to rely on her technique also in high pressure situations. Good, here we are. 5-1 to Miss Ouschan, and she is breaking. Hasn't been that successful, but her last break was great, remember? So trying to push the corner ball into the bottom right corner pocket. No can do. No ball down. Shot on the 1 ball for Vania. So this is what Jasmin didn't want. Give an easy opening chance to Miss Franco. Blue 2 almost hidden behind the brown 7, so cue ball needs to find. Well, needs to be exactly stuck on the right long rail for ideal position. I think that's what she's going for.
Time.
Not easy. Tempo control, but this looks very good. Hello. Wow. Best shot of the game so far by Miss Franco. She takes a deep breath. She clears the first hurdle she will feel. So can draw the cue ball back. Would like a bit of an angle on the 3 to come back to center table for the pink 4. I'd love to leave the rail. Yeah, that will do. So has really worked her cue ball in a good position, now in prime line to try to run this out and make her mark by winning game 7. So focus etched on the face of Miss Franco. That's very good. So, position on the 6, 7, 8 will be elementary. Now she needs a good angle on the 8 ball. I mean, could also handle no angle on the 8 ball to get back to the 9 ball. So if you want to have a good position or a certain position on the 8, that means working back that you will then need a specific position on the 7 ball. So that's what she's going to conjure up now. I mean, she could just roll this in, but there's always a better, more preferred position that may still be rolling it in, but making sure that you've got the easiest route is vital in this beautiful pool game we all like, well, watching at least, or hopefully playing as well. Alright, I like to have the cue ball stuck on the right rail, really to have a doable angle on the 8 ball. Yeah, that's nice. And I can now guide her cue ball from that top rail towards the left side pocket and hit the rail just north of this left side pocket. Should do the trick. You can come there without even hitting the rail, but it's nice to have those rail as landing spots. Kind of guide your cue ball there and then roll out a little bit. It's what most rotation games are. They feature shots like that often. Alright, still a bit of a testing 9 ball. Remember, Vania hasn't had a look at a 9 ball for about 20 minutes now. Here we go. Oh, she rolled it. She should have kind of stroked it. I mean, of course you can make it by rolling it as well, but... disappointing for Miss Franco. So straight in 9. Although Jasmin cueing towards a disappointed Vania. But that won't break her focus. And she's made a few good shots already, so I trust her to make this. Yeah, down it goes. Jasmin only one game away from a place in the final. Vania breaking though. And would still like to have more to say in this match. And she had such a good run out all the way up to the 9.
Illegal break.
And that is an illegal break. Only 1 ball made and only the 7 ball passed the breaking line. So, shot on the 2 ball for Jasmin. 3 ball by the side pocket. I mean, these are touchy shots if you just want to slow roll them, but I think she might have to.
Time.
Yeah, tough action. They do give you confidence when they go in, but it's hard to roll your just send the cue ball on its way, kind of. You'd rather put a bit more of a stroke into a ball like that. So a thin cut for Vania. The requirement of speed to make this 2 ball will make the cue ball bounce up and down the table. She's unable to hold it for the 3, so it's a good cue ball path. And this will just do. Is this cuttable into the side pocket? I mean, theoretically maybe, but again, not much of the cue ball speed in making this 3 ball will be transferred into the 3 ball, so the cue ball is going to run wild a little bit. So position on the 4, far from certain. Well, that's a pretty good result. Can she make it in this? I don't think she can make it in the side though, nor in the corner. Checking that now. I mean, she might be able to make it by hitting the long rail first and then squeezing it into the top right, the top left corner pocket. I think theoretically it's possible. I think that's what she's going for. I mean, it's kind of all or nothing here, isn't it? No. Oh, yes. Ooh, but now with a hampered by the 8 ball. Tester here, and what I pay most attention to here is striking the cue ball in the center line. Because any left or right spin, the cue ball will swerve. So besides the aiming, I really pay attention to just roll this with a center cue ball. Yeah, just too much quality required from someone who's missed a few balls, is someone who's 6-1 down. But hey, she got away with it, at least for the moment. So what do you do here? Kick it just hard and see if you can make the any ball on the table. Oh, she can. So she's going to try to spin it and hook her behind the 7 ball, but that's, whew, I mean, the only way she can make this combination is by sending the 5 into the rail first, and that will make the 5 ball an unreliable object to know exactly where it's going to go after it hits the 6. So something to play for here. And I mean, it's a big task to come back from 6-1 down against anybody. But if someone keeps giving you the chances, that's a good shot. So played it as soft as she could. Try to stay a little bit knowledgeable about where the 5 was going to go. At that speed, it was never going to go far, so that's pretty smart. Now center table position on the 7 ball. I would like to have our cue ball somewhat in the same position it is now on the 8. But the cue ball's first going to run towards the middle diamond of the short rail there. So we'll either have to spin it in and out of this corner closest to us, or hit it with a lot of right spin, and then also make the brown ball. Yeah, so played it with check side to bring the cue ball back to center table. Bit more angle than she would have liked, but at least position will be natural, even though she will have to slow roll this. Okay, so this 8 ball for Vania Franco. To start any kind of fight back, it has to start here. Ooh. trickled in. Nice though. Good position on the 9. Oh no, shot the 9 ball straight into the rail. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, disgusted Vania is, and Jasmin with a fairly easy 9 ball to book her place in the final of the Eurotour in Treviso, Italy. All right. As Vania congratulate Jasmin. Check out the Billiard Network library and see you next time.